everyone, this is Maher here. Today I'm going to show you how you can configure the VLANs on the Cisco switches. So whenever you are working on networking, you need to create VLANs on the switches to be able to separate your network or divide your network. So let's see what is our lab scenario. I do have here two switches, switch 1 and switch 2 from Cisco. And I have here on switch 1 a computer and on switch 2 another computer. So what I need to do, I want to configure a couple of VLANs here on that switch. Then I have to configure them on switch 2. Actually, on Cisco, there is a way that you can propagate the VLANs using VTP, but that's something I'm going to discuss in another lab. For now, we only need to configure this VLAN over here on that switch and the VLANs over here on that switch. Then I'm going to assign this interface, which is gigabit 0/1, to a VLAN. So this computer would be on that VLAN, say VLAN 10. I would do the same over here on switch 2. Also would put it on VLAN 10. Then I'm going to configure here a trunk between those two switches. So the VLAN 10, when it comes from PC1, it can go to the switch and it will move via the trunk to be able to reach the computer 2. So this is the mission that we're going to do. We configure the VLANs, we do trunking, and we assign the computers to their right VLANs. And then we're gonna see if the computer 1 will be able to reach to computer 2 if it's on the same VLAN. Then I'm going to put them on different VLANs to see also if they will be able to communicate to each other. So let's start with the work. I'm going to go to switch 1 first. So we go to switch 1. And let's say I'm going to configure two VLANs. So over here, we have to go to the configure terminal, and I'm going to configure the first VLAN, say VLAN 10, and I will give it a name, which is sales. So this is the VLAN for sales department. Then I'm going to make another VLAN, VLAN 20, and it's going to be for, let's say, the marketing. So now, if we just say show VLAN, we can see we do have two VLANs, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, which are one for the sales and one for the marketing. Now what I'm going to do is just the interface. Remember, if we go back to the picture, this interface, gigabit 0/1, is going to be, I'm going to put it on VLAN 10 for now. So then the computer is on VLAN 10. So for this reason, I have to go to the configure terminal and I have to say interface gigabit 0/1, and this is going to be over here. We have to say switch port mode access. This is going to be an access port, meaning connected to an end device. And then we have to say switch port access VLAN 10. And let's save the configuration. So now we assigned this computer to be on VLAN 10. Now we go to switch number 2 to do the same. Now if we go to the switch number 2 and we say show VLAN, we can see that we don't have the VLANs 10 and 20 propagated. There is a way that we can do that using the VTP, but this is something we're gonna discuss it in another lab. Now I just need to configure the VLANs, but imagine that you have many switches and you want the VLANs to propagate from the main switch to all switches, then you can do that. It's better than you create all of them. Say that you have 100 VLANs, it's a lot of work to create 100 VLANs on every single switch. If you have 100 switches, so it's a lot of work. So what you can do, you can make VTP, you create the VLANs on one switch and they will be propagated. But that's something I'm gonna discuss it in another lab. Now let's go to here and we go from the router 2 on the configure terminal. And I'm going also to go to say VLAN 10, name sales, and VLAN 20, name marketing. Perfect. So now if we say show VLAN, we can see that we have actually, we did not really correctly configure the VLAN 20. Let's do it again. So I have to say here exit VLAN 20 name marketing. Now, here we go. So we have VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 marketing and sales. Now what I'm going to do is just, again, I'm going to go to the interface gigabit 0/1, and I'm going to put that interface into the VLAN 10. So switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 10. Now if we say show VLAN, you can see that this interface is now under VLAN 10. Perfect. Now, for the VLANs to pass from the switch 1 to switch 2, you require that you make those interfaces gigabit 0/0 on switch 1 and on switch 2 to be trunk. Otherwise, the traffic of the VLAN will not pass from one switch to another, meaning that if this computer want to connect to this computer or ping or whatever, then it will not pass. So you have to make this as a trunk. So let's go doing that. We go to switch 1. And from here, we have to go to the interface gigabit 0/0. That's how it is now. And we have to say switch port mode trunk. Now, we got an error here saying that we have to make the encapsulation. So the encapsulation at this moment is auto. Some devices do that. So what we need to do, we have to say here switch port trunk encapsulation. And you can see we have .1q and ICL and negotiate. ICL is not being used anymore. It's outdated, so always use .1q. This is the encapsulation that we use. This is open standard. You can use it on all different type of switches, Cisco, Juniper, or whatever. And now we have to say switch port mode trunk. So this has been done. Let's save the configuration. I will go to the switch number 2. And on switch number 2 also, we have to go to the interface gigabit 0/0 and switch port trunk encapsulation .1q switch port mode trunk. So we have hard coded that this port also is a trunk. And we also do save the configuration. Perfect. So now what I need to do, I have to try to ping from this computer to that computer because both are on the same VLAN to see if it's going to work. Let's do that. We go to one of the two computers. Let's try on, this is PC1. I'm going to open it. And this is PC2 also. I'm going to open it. Perfect. We go to PC1 first. And let's see what IP this PC has. So it has an IP of 192.168.1.1 and PC2 show IP 192.168.1.2. So let's issue a ping from 192.168.1.1. So this PC is on VLAN 10, the other side also on VLAN 10. And here we go. We can see that the ping is working from PC2. If we issue a ping to 192.168.1.2, actually, we have to make it to .1.1 here. I think we made a mistake here. This should be 1.2. From PC1, we do .1.2 and it's working. And on PC2, also it is working. So it's working very well. Now what I need to do, I will go to this switch. And I'm going to, because we have VLAN 20 marketing, I'm going to put this computer on VLAN 20. So then we have VLAN 10 here, and we have VLAN 20 here. And we are trying to see if they will be able to communicate to each other. Let's do that. Let's go to switch number 2. And I'm going to go inside the interface gigabit 0/1. And I'm going to say no switch port access VLAN 10. And we can also say no switch port mode access. Let's see if we can use it. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to say switch port mode access and switch port access VLAN 20. And now if we say show VLAN to see, we can see that this interface is now on VLAN 20. So it's on marketing, the other side is on save. Perfect, let's save the configuration. And let's go now again to the PCs. So before this was working, now if we ping, you can see not working anymore because this side is on VLAN 10, the other side is on VLAN 20. Same if we do here. Also, we can see it's not working anymore. So you can see how you can separate your broadcast, you separate your network between the VLANs on the layer 2 switching. Now, if you want those to communicate to each other, what you need to do, you have to have somehow a router. So those switches would be connected to one router here, and this router would do the layer 3 routing. Then in this case, they will be able to communicate to each other, the two VLANs. So this is all what I wanted to show you. So this is how you can configure the VLANs on the Cisco switches, and how you can assign them and how you can do the trunk. Of course, again, there is a way that you can propagate the VLANs from one switch to another, but that's something I'm going to show it in another lab. So if you like my way of teaching, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and also put your comments. And also, for anyone who would like to have access to the member-only videos, you are welcome to apply to become a member on my channel. So I hope that this video was informative for you, and I'll see you in some other video.